Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely beautiful thing. Let's see what they've got in store for us, surrounded by some young Brazilians as well. Against the Bad News Eagles, Pistol Round is live here on Vertigo. Things starting off slow, things starting off calculated. As00Nation wants to see if there's going to be any aggression from the CT side, nothing as of yet. So calm before the storm.
Later we'll go over and try. We'll work with him toward the ramp. juanflatroo is the one that's tasked with spotting this out immediately. B&E, another team that was quite impressive on the road to Rio in Europe. Put up some big numbers in games I don't think people would have expected much from them. Obviously, not their first time to a major. juanflatroo is still spotting, still trying to see if anyone's going to come here. Very slow take so far from00Nation.
Yeah, they're making sure they don't miss any details. Here's going to be a little flashbang from Taco just to take the angle away from juanflatroo. Ooh, a little bit of damage done. He's going to start backing away. Here's the footsteps. And00Nation now starting to apply a little bit of pressure, but there's a trap set up behind sandbags. Good Molotov, but GXX has got a better headshot.
Huge kill from GXX because Try was waiting. He pushed juanflatroo back. He had the position at scaffolding, but as soon as GXX went down, that was when juanflatroo knew he would have to turn his attention back in that direction, and juanflatroo's going to catch Taco out. Saneri gets cold zero. Both of those players gone. It's all on Dumao. That was a really well-timed retake toward that scaffold position on the back of GXX's kill, and Bad News Eagles will take the opening round. Good shot by rigoN to confirm it.
Yeah, really well done. Really well done from Bad News Eagles, holding their nerve. That is a beautiful sight for day one of the Challenger stage. Absolutely magnificent. We've got it all. Now we just need the Brazilian teams to win. 1-0. And a complete investment for00Nation. Tech9's Deagle's utility as well. Famas going to slow things down. Disorganize the hit just a little bit. Lado doesn't want to turn the corner, takes his time with it. Oh man, the covering fire from the Tech9s, and Taco's found the opening.
Good shot from Taco. Getting back away as well, running and gunning with the Tech9. The damage is there. Bomb's going to get planted for00Nation. They've got a chance to capitalize on this. Smokes could actually let these pistols get so close and so punishing. Taco's going to get a reload in, but we already saw the Lados pushed up as well. And I think you're absolutely right. I think they have to back off of this. They haven't got a kill yet. Oh, Synopsy's in such a tough position. They jump in. rigoN takes away the aggro. That means they can push. Good shot, Taco, but he's only good for one. Try is going to double up on that, and now the advantage. Look at the HP. This is done.00Nation going to tie it immediately.
They absolutely will. Another kill for Cold Zero to close out the round, and00Nation steal round 2. That's a round of utility. A very simple, easy hit to gain space up the stairs. The follow-up utility at the electric box of the generator locks out the retake, allows the Tech9s to get close up. And the danger of those Tech9s behind the smoke makes it so tough for B&E to start the retake. Perfectly played. And a good opening from Taco. Look how fired up he is right out of the gate. 1-1.
GXX down already. Tries going to find him. Flash and smoke. Didn't matter. He knows the angle. He can hear him coming the whole time. M4 sits on the ledge. Cold Zero, AK in hand, is the next to try and challenge this ramp position. Oh, we'd love to get vintage Cold, wouldn't we? Good boost up. Synopsy able to sit back on this. Waiting for a chance. Goes off a bit early, though. Try was already looking. They might go back to it, expecting that eventually they are going to show themselves in this position. And he gets taken down immediately. Try finds it. One step ahead of Synopsy the whole time. Saneri's going to push down, though. That does get one kill back, and a flurry of frags come in because rigoN's able to strike, so is juanflatroo. The timing is everything, and they'll steal the round right back in their favor.
Oh, that is a gut punch. That is a gut punch because00Nation, it seemed like they were getting what they wanted. Bad News Eagles just converges at the point of attack, and they swarm. So many bodies. 00Nation never expected this much resistance. Never expected this amount of players to be taking fight after fight. And a great double kill from juanflatroo to put him in the advantage. 2-1.
Lado looking for a chance. He's going to be aggressive this time, try and get ahead of the chaos that Bad News Eagles started in the last round, as it was complete crossfires in every single position.
Ooh, here we go. They got space. They got space. Oh, no one has any idea. They have no clue but juanflatroo. Oh, he slid over to the other side, and they didn't realize it equally. That was actually such a dangerous round. What a good recovery.
I'm surprised Duma actually stopped up. I know he took a couple of crossfired shots or drive-by shots as they get into the site. Good bomb plant. That'll at least give them the money, but this is an easy retake. I actually expected him to swing CT with the pace that he went in there with.
You either have to look left and you find that player kind of at the default boxes. You either need to commit to that fight or you swing and you hard clear to the right.
Yeah, he just gave him a warning, right?
Lost himself a little bit in the play, but the space was there. Yeah, he's just a little bit scared of actually committing to that fight at the range with the Tech 9 and was overexposed.
And even
to
if
the
you
player
call,
in CT spawn.
Even if you call the player default box, your second man in is going to take that fight if you want to swing. So
yep.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Either way, it's 3-1 now for Bad News Eagles. With the bomb plant coming in, not enough money to go on top of that to complement the buy. So they'll be left on pistols again, 00Nation, but it's Eagles for everyone with the exception of Try, who holds on to the bomb at this point in time.
3-1, and Bad News Eagles get a chill. They know after converting consecutive rounds, they've got the economic advantage. They know it's got to be back to pistols. Not a close enough round 3 to warrant a buy. Excuse me, not a close enough round 4 to warrant a buy from 00Nation. And rigoN's going to get aggressive around the smoke. Oh, good transfer over. Does eventually fall, but he's got himself a double kill. And Lado is left in a 1v4.
Try and get some shots on the Deagle.
Ooh,
that's one of them.
I believe it's Kayota here in Brazil.
All right. Well, KO'd indeed, as Lado does pick up the M4, but too many players to fire at. Looks down below, and juanflatroo's able to swing up high as he does so. So 4-1 now for crowd is built for this game naturally, with 00Nation being on the stage.
Some of their favorite sons.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the lineup, yeah.
Just after noon here now, in fact. We're 12:25 local time. So more and more people getting to the stadium, and for good reason. Taco holding on underneath the smoke has actually got there quite quickly. I don't know if they'll be fully aware of this. He's going to go for this quick Molotov on top of the close position, so juanflatroo's going to be forced off of that. Has to smoke it. Can't overcommit to chasing that, though, because good follow-up position by Sineri.
Good piece of utility forced out, though, by the Molotov from Taco, especially considering they're at such a deficit in that department in this round. Look at the counter nades. Bad News Eagles want to retake and maintain this position. Flashbang to peek up over the boards and down the stairs. They see nothing, but plenty of bodies here. Sineri lured back, lured himself into a double kill, and juanflatroo adds a third.
Still, though, they managed to get 2 back. The fact that he got 2 on that was a good peak, but they've opened up a bit of space for themselves to try and work toward this B site. They're not going to go with pace, though.
Ooh.
Missed Molotov by Cold. 2 players on this side. They could have tried to pump the brakes on this. They could have tried to rotate them back over, utilize the ladder even, and go toward middle, but GXX, AWP, no mistake, Try goes down, Cold 0. We're going to need some vintage Cold right now if he wants to win this one out.
I don't know he's here.
Yeah, I was going to say they have no idea, but GXX on the angle is going to find it. So 5-1 indeed. I think we know which side the crowd is for in this one, Jason.
Yeah, we do. Well, I think the crowd is still waiting to have that kind of loyalty and that kind of energy rewarded. Quite yet. A flat opening game with 9Z getting trounced by Gamer Legion. And an early deficit for 00Nation now as Bad News Eagles. I mean, this is the style that we all know they love to play, in your face. They don't want to give up ground. They're going to come right back at you, not afraid of anything. They play no respect Counter-Strike until you force them to respect you. And at the moment, 00Nation have not quite done that yet. Back to Tech 9s in a P250. Remember as well, so much of the emphasis on Taco and coldzera due to their pedigree. But outside of that, a very inexperienced 3 players along with them.
But that is the rebuild that Brazil's been in.
Yeah, Brazil is a region. It's been very clear these last few years. The old stars are fading. It's time for the new blood to step up, and that's been part of the charm or the rise of Furia. Now it's about who's going to follow Furia's footsteps.
Well, and having this, experience of Taco and Cold is going to help fortify some of that future talent. But right now, that doesn't matter. Right now, what matters is getting kills against P&E. Again, they'll get dismantled at mid as Synopsy finds 2. Good shot from Triad at range. Unfortunately, they already had too many players inside of the site to swarm on Taco, who couldn't capitalize on that opening pick. When they did arrive, and it's all on Doomau, Tech9 in hands. And he's going to reposition just to see if he's being flanked, but they'll continue to hold the front of the site. It does have the bomb to work with, but I don't know, with 30 seconds, he has the goal to try and rotate that back over and hope for an optimistic plant.
Kill's the name of the game, right? Limit the economic growth. Limit what you can from the money building up behind Bad News Eagles. Unfortunately, they already know his position, so he's not catching anyone off guard. 17 seconds left on the clock. He's going to go down here to the position from Synopsy, who's got the final frag, and it's 6-1.
And 3 kills for Synopsy in the round as well, so he's looking sharp as always.
Yeah, 7 for Scenari, 10 for juanflatroo, who's had himself a good game as well to start things out in these first 7 rounds of play. Timeout taken from 00Nation with this deficit. Want to talk things over. Cone gets chucked off the side of the building.
Even the Cones had enough of Vertigo.
Yeah, they went out. They're like, get me out of here.
I'll stop. I'll back off. For now.
For now.
So a 6-1 scoreline, another slow start on stage for the South Americans. But at least have 1 already to accumulate, and now they'll be back on rifles in this particular round. Doomau yet to buy. He'll join his teammates with the AK-47, and a decent amount of utility as well. They've got 4 Molotovs and 5 smokes. On top of that, a single nade and a bunch of flashes to work with. They're going to use the first smoke already to try and get toward those B stairs. Scenari is the one up above it. He's going to drop a nade down. That'll do damage onto coldzera. I spent the entire last 2 weeks studying nade damage, Jason.
Oh yeah, you ready? You're prepared?
No, I'm not. No, I'm kidding.
You had a rough time of it during the road to Rio.
I have no idea how someone didn't edit together a compilation of that, because it was quite ridiculous. All of Pro League and the road to Rio.
Yeah, it was a tough 6-week stretch for you.
So the boost up for Doomau instead. A lot of commitment toward this B side of the map so far for 00Nation.
It's a passive defense here as well. With utility, they should be able to have some space turning around these corners. Scenari's first contact at Generator, making sure they can't close this gap. That's an important kill. He's not actually trying to stop the plant. He's not actually trying to peek too much into the bomb site. He's making sure if they need a retake, they have the avenue for it. Unfortunately, that kill from Taco is going to take that option away from him.
Big miss from Cold on that. Bit slow to react on the gray screen. juanflatroo only took a single bit of damage from that AK try. Going back around, rigoN, who's got more patience. And he knows there's got to be something around here. He's going to go in and make no mistake on it. GXX, meanwhile, though, found Taco. Lotto, not efficient, but does get the kill. juanflatroo, the damage was there. He's able to collect, and now they have the advantage, but they're trying to find Synopsy, who's nowhere to be found.
Nowhere even close. He might have perhaps crashed. I was going to say.
Yeah, his hands were up. So they'll get one on that. The tech wasn't called. I'm just going to look back. There was nothing. There was a stop called, but I think it was too late in the round. I didn't see any reaction to that, so they'll call a tech. That one's going to stand. 00Nation will take their second.
Yeah, that's a rough one to swallow, but still a pretty convincing hit from 00Nation. At the end of the day, it might not have mattered, but still, you're going to feel like one was stolen from you if you're Bad News Eagles.
It's a tough one to debate, right? It depends on when he arrives on this retake.
I didn't see exactly when he crashed in the round either.
Taco's kill was actually pretty massive toward the AC because that allowed coldzera to slide up, but Cold missed a shot there. There's no question he was a bit slow on that. Those are things from coldzera in his prime he would never miss, so he's got to get those figured out because that was a really good take in crossfire setup.
Yeah, he's going to be a big engine for this team to overcome some of the inexperience on his 3 teammates who haven't been in these situations. That was a rough one to drop. You're exactly right. Taco's kill. His second opening kill in similar situations. He had the opening kill in the Tech-9 round number 2.
Yeah,
00Nation actually won. So Taco's doing a good job on those entries towards the B bomb site. We're going to get a little bit of a delay in the action as everyone's waiting for the 5th player to rejoin the server.
Synopsy should be back pretty quickly. I hope he had his headset off. Obviously was communicating with the admins. Totally allowed for him to communicate, and communicate with him or the coach, or you can communicate with the admin what the issue is. You can't obviously communicate amongst yourselves during a timeout period. And with this much passion in the building, it's going to be so hard for some of these coaches to remain composed during these rounds as well. As remember, at the Valve Major, coaches have to be pretty silent.
They have to relax.
Chill's a good word. I hope that gets lifted at some point in time. Should get ready to get back underway soon.
Man, I mean, what a position these tech balls is. You just have to sit there quietly and just experience the energy being chucked your way. 6-2 lead for Bad News Eagles. Opening day of the IEM Rio Major. Here on the mainstream, we had Gamer Legion blow out 9Z in the first game. There is a B stream going on as well. Simultaneous matches here at IEM Rio. Maus won their opening match against Outsiders as well on the B stream.
Yeah, absolutely. And Outsiders, best of ones, okay, they're not always the strongest in those. I'm not worried for them yet dropping down into that bracket already. I think they'll be fine. They lose the second one and go 0-2, okay, maybe different story, but I think they're look, not as worried about them as, let's say, I am with 9Z being in that bracket, and it's going to be a lot more uncomfortable for them.
Second match going on right now in conjunction with this one on the B stream is OG taking on Greyhound. OG with a very tough getting to the major experience for that organization. A very emotional qualification for them.
Yeah, no question about that. Up 4 right now. You can even squad stream on Twitch, Jason.
Oh my lord, you can do it all.
I think the options there even on mobile nowadays. It just gives you a little pop-up saying click this, and then you can watch them both. It's pretty sweet, the squad streaming. You just click back and forth on which one you want the audio from. So, you know, if you want to go round to round, literally, you can just do that. Beautiful. Rather than having to alt-tab and mute or switch monitors, whatever the case may be.
Did you do your pick'ems, Matthew?
I have never, ever in my life done a pick'em. Actually, I should say believe it or not, but no, you definitely would believe it.
Yeah, I definitely believe it.
I did think about it for this event, because I was like, all right, look, I've got time, I can log in, and then I went, you know what? Why start now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, at this point, it's principle of the matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
as you say, Jason, I'm the contrarian. Yeah,
you are. You are the eternal contrarian. I was going to, work that into a whole thing. Greyhound has obviously been a very popular pick for the 0-3 of the pick'em that OG is going up against, but you're not. You can't throw me a bone as you haven't done it. So
no, I couldn't. I don't know why I haven't. It would be nice to have those coins on my.
That's right. We'll get it for the legend stage, man. I'll sit you down. We'll do it together.
But they need to make it more challenging, because it would be too easy for me. I would just, like, what's it going to do? Add value to my account that I have diamond status every single time?
True. Yeah. Let the little people have some.
If they have to let me pick scores for each and every game, okay, then we're talking.
Then we're cooking with gas.
Yeah, exactly.
6-2, back into the action. Tech Paws had a tactical timeout taken from Bad News Eagles. Right out of that, probably the coach saying, calm down, don't worry about it. juanflatroo is going to continue his tear, a double kill. Second one through smoke, cleaning up the dink. Oh, and he's going to add a third. That is so phenomenal.
Yeah, that is a shutdown. Straight out of the tech timeout after a win from 00Nation, looking to finally put 2 rounds in succession together. Try, he's going to double it up. 1 on 5, though. This would be huge. Has a bit of smoke. There's going to be a flank coming in naturally with the timing on this. Oh, he's read it. He's read it well. He does the damage, but couldn't quite hit it. rigoN down to 3 HP. Hits that. If he's able to jump off the ledge and reset the round slightly, you give him a chance in that.
Yeah, you give him a puncher's chance, wouldn't you? That could have been interesting.
This was so fast, though.
Yeah, what a sequence. And even time to reload and time to get ready for that third fight. coldzera around the smoke, can't get it done. Good double kill here as they line up for him, but a near impossible situation to be in. 7-2, and you're exactly right. A huge win for Bad News Eagles out of the tech issue, out of the timeout as well. Back on track immediately.
Ooh, Taco's just going to go through this. He wants to take advantage of the MAC-10. Flash timing absolutely annihilates him. As he came around the corner, all he could do was pre-fire and hope for the best. rigoN's going to take down Cold, who's been very cold so far to start this game. Only 2 kills so far for him. Same same with Dumao, for that matter, and he's going to get removed right now by Synopsy, who equals that total in this round alone, as he's done so many times, so many multi-kills for Synopsy to start off this series.
Bad News Eagles is looking on point. Individually, these guys are accurate at the moment, and they are confident.
Did his score... No, I guess it did reset after the rejoin. I say so many multi-kills. He has a 3-kill round, then a 2-kill round, but he only has the 5 kills total, Synopsy.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a reset there on the scoreboard you're looking at. Look at the one on the main screen, Matthew. You're looking at the Go TV. You're looking at our fancy side monitors for the minimap.
All right, hang on. Let me, you surprise, here we come. Okay,
nope,
now
he's got 5 here too.
It's making me scroll.
I was
going to say it's 5 and 5. Yeah.
All right, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Try is going to open things up. Good kill on a rigoN with the AWP. That's on the other side of the map, away from our vision.
The deaths were correct, right? That was the giveaway, Jason, because he only rejoined last round.
Okay.
And he has 5 deaths.
Nice.
So it had to be correct.
Had to be.
We're not very good at deductive reasoning.
No, we're not.
But that's why we just talk about what's in front of us. It's great.
Exactly.
We're going to go back around.
I'm just trying to throw him a bone. Like, yeah, he'd certainly have over 5 kills.
I thought you were trying to throw me one, to be honest, but I guess it's not all about me. Good anticipation from Bad News Eagles. They put the pressure toward mid again early on, try and combat 00Nation. This is an interesting decision to put 2 here, but that's why one of them has a smoke already at the sandbags.
And if a Molotov goes here, you put it out, and I think one player aggressively swings to try and show the escape, and the other waits, lies in wait. Now, there's only one Molotov. That's on Lado. We'll see where he puts it. Synopsy is going to get a little bit wider with an off angle, blinded, and back towards sandbags we go.
Yep, here it is. So the smoke's going to go down. I think you're right. They'll just sit there. coldzera, he finds the first. Sonari does try and get aggressive on it, and they are waiting. They are waiting the whole time. Lado's got one already. Can't follow it to find the second. And it is Dumao, and he has no idea. This is a well-called play, well spotted by you. juanflatroo just sits, and allows them to walk into a trap because that bomb down, they've got a pinch from both sides, and he knows he's got to be there. 9-2.
What a great defense. What a great defense from Bad News Eagles. They hold top of the ramp. The main thrust of the attack is coming in around scaffolding. And when they eventually get the space after taking down GXX, they're just not ready. They're not prepared for all the bodies fighting from the top of the ramp at a different angle than they were ready for. That's huge defense for Bad News Eagles. Look at this, 2 players they have to contend with, and still the third juanflatroo who gets this last kill. How are you ever supposed to read that if you're 00Nation? An AK-47 on coldzera and 4 deagles to surround it. 00Nation having a very rough time on Vertigo T side.
So far, no question. Synopsy's going to take out coldzera. Another one for him, and the round going their way, looking like a 10-2 start. Bad News Eagles can certainly be, I think, a dark horse in this one. I think in the entire event, not just the challenger stage, I think they've been putting in a lot of work and looking really sharp so far.
I think they got a lot of people, regardless of who they're fans of, rooting for Bad News Eagles to do some good things at this event as well. And a very compelling story going back to some of the previous performances at the majors back at the Antwerp, as they burst onto the scene and showing improvement heading into Rio here. 10-2, 8-round lead for Bad News Eagles.
Took out 4s and a 2-1 to qualify in their final match of the RMR to be here. Did drop to Spirit 2-0, but remember, they also absolutely obliterated Astralis 16-3. And I know, yeah, Astralis aren't here, and for good reason. They didn't deserve to be. They didn't play like they deserved to be, but that is still a huge scoreline for an underdog in that situation.
It's massive. Had to have felt great. Has to feel even better building upon it. Taco again trying to have some influence. Can't find a clean fight. He's had the 2 opening kills in the 2 rounds that 00Nation have won. His entry kills have provided the 2 victories, the 2 sole victories.
So Taco will call that there's one at mid because he actually saw that bounce off the skybox. So he knows exactly where that Molotov came from. I don't know if Saneri spotted him there. Okay, he might have because the late nade suggests he does. Yeah, the Molotov going down.
Bad News Eagles have really been challenging these beast stairs quite frequently, especially when you consider both round wins for 00Nation happen at that bomb site. Here's Bad News Eagles just saying, okay, look, if you're going to win 2 rounds here, we're just going to prevent you from ever truly attacking this site.
And the ramp hasn't looked composed. You go back to the last round, sure, they have that sneaky smoke play behind sandbags, but you also go back to the round where it was pistols, round 4, and they get absolutely caught out by it. Great dink. That's good information as well. Not only did they hear the damage, but they know there's a player there. So rigoN's got to be a lot more careful in how he chooses to position himself in defense. He's actually going to get slightly more aggressive and play an off angle at the crane. And a flash from Synopsy to try and activate him in this spot as they do get closer and closer to the top of the site and the top of the ramp. Flash out, rigoN goes. He's in for 2 with that HP. Lotto finally puts him down. That is a massive play, set all the while. And not only, even if he gone down, not only does he get the kills, he gets the information and the rotations are on. GXX is unaware that they are in behind his position, but it won't matter. juanflatroo's going to put down
Time's done.
Dumao, and you're absolutely right. No time to plant. They clean it up 11-2.
Man, Bad News Eagles is playing such a good game. They're not giving any real clean looks to00Nation in the start of this round and the early going of these rounds. So, I mean, that time it's just so little utility when00Nation eventually pulls the trigger on that A bomb site. Perfect line of sight for GXX with the AWP. And off the back of this double kill, 00Nation wasn't set up, wasn't ready for it whatsoever. Lockdown defense at the moment for Bad News Eagle, and another timeout is called by 00Nation. It's their second used.
And rightfully so. Use these up early.00Nation definitely. I mean, Furia, I think, in my opinion, has the best chance of all the Brazilian teams right now. That goes without saying. They've been playing at the top tier for a while. I think Art has really brought something dynamic to that team, especially has reinvented himself again within that aggressive sort of style that he has, and they've looked sharp lately. I think at Pro League, sure, they finished 3rd in the group because Liquid was able to beat Cloud9.
Yep.
But I think they actually were the second best team in that group to Cloud9 in a lot of ways. And I genuinely think that they have a great chance of making it through to the playoffs of this entire major. But 00Nation has to be one of the 2 favorites in terms of fanfare, with Imperial obviously and the Legends being there. I say Legends in terms of the legendary, the romantic style, not the literal term. I've got to be careful with that one on the major.
Not the stage of the tournament. Well, speaking of the 00Nation boys, they need these last 2 rounds. They need some space to work with. They need some room in the second half to mount a comeback. 2 is not going to be enough. And again, limited by utility, limited by weaponry. 4 Galils, excuse me, on the board. And not really a whole lot of nades to work the map in any kind of realistic fashion. This almost has to be, like, having this much control towards A ramp is phenomenal for them, but this has almost got to be like the execute point with what little nades they have.
juanflatroo looking for an angle and a place to get aggressive. He's going to leap to the ladder and work his way down. This could be massive if he's able to sneak in behind. They're looking for it, though. They've got an inkling. They've got a hunch. And Taco takes out juanflatroo. And this is something we have to talk about. The crowd's not saying anything specific. Just by making noise and creating that level of anticipation, this is normal at LAN, but a lot of the younger players at this major are going to have to catch on quickly as to how to use that and lose against that. There's information you can take away and work it to your advantage.
Absolutely, part of the inexperience factor. Well, they're going back to the B bomb site. 2 players defending. This is perfect for Bad News Eagles, but a missed shot. Still 1 more, but how much can Scenarii do? Not enough as Lado grabs the angle. Synopsy, they've got money. They can go for, I mean, he's going to have to go for this. He's not getting away. 1v3, drop by Lado. 3rd round for 00Nation. That might have been, I like the play from juanflatroo, and he's got a lot of confidence with the way he's been playing. In a 5v5, that might have been a bit early to go for that much of a flight.
And again, I know they have great noise cancellation and whatnot. There's still ways you can feel the crowd, and you're going to hear a slight rumble, and you can immediately tell that they turn backwards. Okay, nothing's happening. We're not pushing anything. So why is the crowd getting hyped? Someone might be pushing us. And it's some of those situations where juanflatroo goes aggressive all the way. Sometimes you want to get aggressive and then stop and wait. And let the crowd be loud and just hold your angle because you've already got yourself somewhat close to the position. But again, this is something that's been common at LAN forever, and it's something that the inexperienced players are going to have to learn very quickly here in Rio. Because remember, this is just the challenger stage and the crowd's already this loud. Wait until we get to the main event.
Day 1, game 2. Oh, rigoN, it took him a second to really accept the fact that someone was on his screen. He gets the kill, try with the trait back, into a 4-on-4 we go.
Taco's gonna go gather the bomb and group with his teammates to try and make this work, though. More action and aggression from Synopsy, another double from him. He may not have the most amount of frags, in fact, bottom of the scoreboard for his team, but when he gets one, it seems he always finds a second to complement it, and Taco trying to get aggressive. GXX is limited to just the pistol. Good read from Taco. You can run back up that ramp all you want, but he finds the off angle above the boxes instead, and it's juanflatroo trying to get forward of utility and catch them out. If they think they have access to the site, they do not.
He's done it, but Dumal's going to slow play this. I don't think juanflatroo's going to expect it. Now the timer, he's got to look both directions. Oh, good headshot. Good spin, and can't find it. Taco, 3 kills in the round, and no more kill than this last one.
30 seconds, he goes for the bomb plant. Saneri gets inside of the smoke already. He's got both angles covered off. Saneri has it covered indeed. The shin shows, and it's enough to make this now a 12-3 half. They'll get the defuse, and they will diffuse the situation in the crowd as well, because they'll go silent once more, Jason.
Yeah, it's going to be halftime. We're going to take a break. Bad News Eagles in the good first half, 12-3, and we'll return to see the conclusion here on Vertigo.
Are number 1, 00Nation are number 2. They've got a pair from the former SK Luminosity lineup that won those 2 majors in Taco and Cold, and they are going to be fighting for their lives in the arena.
I think our goal was just to qualify for this stage. For us, like we don't put too much expectations. We just want to build the team step by step. We don't want to put too much pressure on our shoulders, and at the end we're gonna regret this. So like for now, we just want just to keep step by step. We're just growing each match. We're gonna grow in something and just get more experience. But our goals is just to do our best and try to qualify.
To say that they could win the whole thing may be a little bit far-fetched. I'm not going to try to sell you a bridge, but there still is going to be hope for them to maybe get through the challenger stage with some of the teams that we didn't expect making it all the way to Legends. So the Bad News Eagles, a team hailing from Kosovo, looking to take flight here at the Rio Major. They made their first debut appearance at majors at the last one, at PGL Antwerp 2022. And what a show it was. You know, a lot of people were betting against them, and they honestly only impressed. But again, for a lot of these teams who are now repeats for 1 or 2 times, it can't be good enough to simply get out into the group stage. And we saw them play at the EU RMR. They were playing extremely hard the entire way through, and I think they are one of the teams to be feared here at Rio. So they've got a kind of a unique situation where they're one of the only teams that have bootstrapped their way into kind of creating an org for themselves and are looking for further support to maybe get picked up by some of the orgs that are interesting in CS. And for that reason, I think you got to believe they're going to be trying their absolute hardest.
We've kind of been looking for a new org, but we've not made it public as much as we should have, because it's been a really busy schedule for us, having all these tournaments every single day, new tournaments, and trying to prepare for everything, not catching a break, being exhausted all the time and everything. But we're still on our way to get a new org and establish as a team. We're not scared of anyone, pretty much. We're just gonna go in and play our game. There's a lot of good teams in here. We're looking forward to some really, really nice and close matches, I believe. But we're pretty confident that we're gonna make it somehow.
I think the major would be the same without Fallen, Fair, Taco, Cold, and FNX. I think it's really nice to have them for sure. Gonna be cheering for them. I hope they're gonna cheer for us as well, and I hope both can qualify for the Legend stage. I think it's gonna be a special event. I think this event is not just for us as players, but for them. We won this so hard in the past, and we could have got it now. And I wanna say thanks for everyone, thanks for yourself as well, to put this major in Rio. And I just wanna say for the Brazilian fans, for they enjoy and just have the best experience what they can have.
being down 12-3 is probably not the best experience they can, and that's exactly what coldzera wants. Look, he knows that they are the underdogs in a lot of ways, that they are an inexperienced team, but as he said, don't put pressure on themselves. Yeah. That will apply itself in this situation, but if they stay true to that, there's a chance they can still work through this game in itself and the rest of this challenger stage. coldzera himself, though, does need to start getting some kills on the board.
Yeah, I mean, this is again another situation where the hometown favorites just complete backs against the wall. What a devastating first half to have to go through. coldzera with the dualies, looking for him. So many bullets, ready for Scenario to come through. It's an opening kill in the pistol round. One more. Taco, gushed, forced back. A lot of pressure being applied by Bad News Eagles. Synopsy's got a double, and there goes Taco. And what are you supposed to do if you try? Oh, just that. Yeah.
Give it a try. How about that? You can try all he wants. He's got two. GXX gets him down, but coldzera steps in, and here we go on the flag. rigoN's going to take him down, and that's going to close out the round 13-3. Cold thought he had one step ahead by dropping back out of the sight. Unfortunately, that's exactly where rigoN was waiting.
Yeah, hard to read that. Man, again, you mentioned in the first half, Synopsy, whenever you see his name come up on the board, there's another one to follow it.
Well, that's what blows me away, is because you press tab, and he's the bottom of the team. Like, when you see his name up there, you'd think he's killing everyone.
Yeah,
because
quality, not quantity.
Dude, it's instant doubles, like, every single time. He's like the untradeable player.
Well, that makes it real rough for 00Nation. Makes it real difficult to get back into this.
Hey, look, they and 9Z both are in the same situation, and in some ways that'll be consolation for each of them. Guys, haha, laugh it off. Look, we're at home. We both had a rough start. We can both regroup from this, and they definitely need to look at it that way. GXX with a Molotov toward Try. That'll push him back up the ramp towards the A site.
Dumao waiting, Deagle in hand, misses the opportunity. One tag, Taco's got a FAMAS at the B bomb site, Try all alone at the A bomb site. The two defenders are split. Trying to recover a 2-on-4 scenario in middle has been compromised. Oh my lord, the timing on that is huge. Timing on that is everything.
So Try goes down, Taco gets through the smoke, he wants to sneak in behind, but this is going to be such a huge amount of kills for him to find and make anything of this. Bomb already planted as well, and Scenario straight around the corner. Wide side with a MAC-10. Taco never expected it.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We're in a 4-on-1. Why even go for the plant right now? Let's make sure everything's secure. Let's not lose a single detail. Let's not lose track of a single player. 14-3. Timeouts taken from 00Nation, but there's no good answer. There's no good decision in this situation.
Tough part is, and I understand what the crowd's trying to do, only be allowed for 00Nation, therefore showing that they're only supporting that team. If I'm against a Brazilian team in this event, silence is the best sound I can hear.
Oh yeah.
So there's got to be an in-between with this crowd on when to rally themselves up, when to big up 00Nation on stage, and when to try and sort of be bitter and get in the heads of the other team. Because right now, I'm loving this. If I'm Bad News Eagles and I hear nothing, perfect.
I think at this
point, sit down, Brazil. We're in charge right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're Bad News Eagles, you might not even care about the crowd at this point. You're loving the scoreboard. You're just sat there, like, oh, 14-3. I'm having a great day. And this has been trademark Bad News Eagles. Great individual skill, incredible individual performance of the players. No fear whatsoever, in your face at all times. Confident in every challenge. And they have really stumped 00Nation.
Synopsy being aggressive again, pre-firing even. He'll take down Taco. He's looked away at the wrong time. Might get caught out here. There's a player to peek. Oh, okay, the smoke side. I thought they were going to actually push through it. I thought they were going to try and counter that off, but it's juanflatroo only good for one over the top. rigoN doubles. coldzera in a 1-on-4 this time. I was going to say they're all inside of the site, but there was one heading for a long flank. Doesn't matter. It's going to be that point already for Bad News Eagles.
Yeah, 12 of them, in fact. 12 chances to close this out.
Pumped full of lead in this game.
We saw Zach at the end of the 9Z game kind of telling his team, that's just game one. We've got plenty more chances to qualify through, plenty more chances to recover. It's going to have to be a similar conversation with 00Nation when all is said and done here. But this one's very rough.
Lovely start, though, from Bad News Eagles, though. Synopsy looking for a setup. Support the flash through the roof to get his teammates in toward middle. That'll bounce off, cover off the left. Just gets around the big box. So throw it now, and then Scenario goes in. Tries too far back to be spotted, but Taco hears it. That gives him a chance down below. Had to aim up too far and try swinging around. rigoN had that cover. So now, it's just a 4-on-3.
Yeah, but Dumal's in a decent position to recover this. I don't think that they'll realize necessarily there's a player on the stairs. There's only actually one player in the bomb site. If rigoN goes down, Dumal has a chance.
Big kill from Cold then, because that'll put juanflatroo out of the rounds. And you're absolutely right, Dumal's gonna go now.
Oh, it doesn't
Smoke,
matter.
yeah, well, it nearly did. I was gonna say, nearly got rigoN, but they close it. Cold0 was found, and he cuts off the back of the site with that information. Bad news, Eagles have a good news morning because they just absolutely smoked 00Nation in front of their home crowd.
Yeah, what a brilliant statement to make. If you're Bad News coming into this, Bad News Eagles coming into this, you're showing we have no fear. We have all the confidence, and we are not going to be afraid of taking control of the situation. Huge map 1 victory here at IEM Rio for Bad News Eagles. We'll be back after the break.